Hello there, Riderflex Nation. Steve Urban here with more career advice and job interviewing tips for you. And as a quick reminder, if you enjoy our podcast, please remember to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes. And on today's podcast, what questions should you ask during the interview? Well, first, let me tell you what not to ask, okay? Don't ask any questions that you've already been given the answers to. What do I mean by that? Okay, if the answer is already in the job posting, okay, if the answer is already online because the company has that information on their own website or you can pull up information about them, don't ask those questions. That will be an immediate sign to the person interviewing you that you did not do your homework and you're not prepared. So don't ask those questions. Here's what you should ask. I could probably give you a list of 20. I'm going to give you my favorite 3 things to ask about. You ready? Because this is what really matters. Ask about the company culture. What's the office like? What's the atmosphere like? What's the environment like? Dig into the company culture, okay? Because you need to find out if that matches your style and your personality. Second, ask about the person you're going to be working with. Not their title or how long they've been working there, which you can look up on LinkedIn yourself. Ask about them as a person. What's their management style? What's their personality? What are they like? And see if you can dig into that. Gain some information around that because you're going to be working directly with this person every day. It's going to matter. Trust me. And third, ask about the health of the company financially. Now, if it's a public company, you can probably find that online, and I would definitely dig into that. And then maybe you ask some specific questions around the health of the company that may not be highlighted. But for most of you listening to this podcast, you're likely interviewing with a privately held company, small to medium-sized company. Ask questions about the financial stability, okay? Even in my own career, I made the mistake of not digging into that deep enough, and I got burned a few times. So I'm telling you, it can be a mistake. Ask questions around it. Now, keep in mind, they're probably not going to hand you a copy of the financials, but most of the time you can see it in their eyes. You can tell whether or not they pause with their answers. You'll know whether or not they're hiding something when you ask them about the financial stability or the cash flow of the company, and maybe even what the long-term plans are or the 3-year revenue goals are for the company. Ask some questions around that, and you'll be able to tell by the look on their face whether or not they're in a good spot and healthy financially. Okay? And there is your Riderflex tip of the day. We truly hope you find our material helpful and entertaining, and in the spirit of giving back, Riderflex donates half of all proceeds gained from this podcast to the Volunteers of America and their efforts to support veterans with employment services. You can become a supporter of this podcast by listening on the platform Anchor FM. That's anchor.fm/Riderflex. You can send us your questions or suggested topics. Our email is podcast@riderflex.com. or drop us a voicemail at 888-964-5876. Visit riderflex.com to learn more about us. Thanks so much for listening, folks, and have a wonderful day.